students. Myself Dr. Supriya Saugule, working as Assistant Professor in DRK College of Commerce, Kolhapur. Today we are going to start the lecture series of the subject Advanced Costing. Here I am going to discuss with you Advanced Costing Paper 1 and all the contents of the same. From onwards, we are going to start a discussion over Unit 1. Unit 1 is entitled as Basics of Cost Accounting. Let us know the contents of Unit 1. As it is entitled as Basics of Cost Accounting, this unit contains all the basic terminologies related to costing and cost accounting. Here we are going to discuss about meaning, concept of cost, costing, cost accounting, cost accountancy, nature, scope, objectives and importance of cost accounting. Also we are going to know about difference between cost accounting and financial accounting and management accounting. So these are the things which we are going to study and discuss in this unit 1. Now, let us know about the concept of cost. In business and accounting, cost is the monetary value that has been spent by a company in order to produce something. What does it mean? Suppose we want to produce any product or service, then there is a need of expenditure. So that from raw material to the finished product, whatever cost, whatever expenditure we incur in a monetary value, that is called as cost. In a business, cost expresses the amount of money that is spent on the production or creation of a good or service. So, in a business, it is also expressed that the amount of money which we spent on production of goods or creation of service, that is called as cost. Cost does not include a markup for profit. That means cost only indicate expenditure, not profit. Profit is not included in the cost. Now we should understand what is meant by costing. Cost accounting is a method of accounting. So here it is clear that cost accounting is a method of accounting wherein all costs involved in performing any process, project or product are noted and analyzed. So in cost accounting we record and analyze all the expenses which are related to the process, project and products. Such analysis helps the management in taking strategic decisions. So for decision making, this analysis is going to be useful. Cost accounting uses various techniques to make an organization cost effective. Now we should know about elements of cost. For a standard manufacturing unit, the various costs involved can be segregated into the following. First is material, second is labor, and third is other expenses. This can be further segregated into following, that is direct and indirect. Now we should know about the types of cost. First type of cost is fixed cost. The costs that remain constant despite changes in production, process or project are referred as fixed cost. That means if there is a variation in the production, process or project, the cost is not going to change. It became constant that is called as fixed cost. For example, in a manufacturing unit, the salaries of the office staff will remain fixed irrespective of the production. Though production is increased or though production is decreased, the office staff salary is always constant. So that is fixed cost. Now, second type of cost is variable cost. These costs vary with the production, process or project changes. That means if you increase the production or process or bring changes into project, then the cost increases, or vice versa. That is called as variable cost. For example, in an organization manufacturing the toy material and labor cost will be dependent on the production. If we increase, material and labor cost will increase, or vice versa. Now the third type of cost is opportunity cost. The cost incurred in selecting one option over another is called as opportunity cost. For example, in a toy manufacturing unit with limited labor hours and material, the decision to produce one particular toy, say dancing monkey, will result in non-production of and another toy, say spinning top. So, while considering the profitability of toy dancing monkey, the organization has to consider the profit of spinning top, that is forgoes. That means if we take a chance to produce another product, we lose to chance to have profit from the first product or initial product. That is opportunity cost. Now, sunk cost. Certain costs are incurred and cannot be recovered. These are sunk cost. Continuing with our example of toy manufacturing unit, sunk cost would refer to machinery cost that has been incurred. Now we are going to discuss the techniques in cost accounting. First technique in cost accounting is marginal costing. As per this technique, the management may decide the number of units to be produced. Suppose a toy unit is already producing 100 units of dancing monkey toy. This technique will help the management understand that if the production is increased to 150, will it be profitable? In this technique, only the variable cost for additional units produced will be considered. Fixed costs are not taken into consideration as they do not vary with the changes in the production. So suppose from 100 to 150 we increase the unit production, then variable cost increase. Fixed cost is not going to increase with the production changes. So we can understand that what will be the change in the profitability situation due to changes in the production. This technique is marginal costing. Now second technique is standard costing. In this technique of costing, the cost incurred are compared to the predetermined cost of the product, process or project. The variances are analyzed to bring about cost effectiveness. So this technique is related to the comparison of predetermined cost and actual cost. So the difference in the actual and predetermined is going to be compared in standard costing. Next is direct costing. In this technique, all the direct cost incurred for a particular product, process or project are charged to it, and the indirect costs are written off to profit and loss. Next is historical costing. It is comparison of all costs incurred after the process is performed. The next technique of costing is uniform costing. In this technique, same costing practices are followed across certain units to facilitate comparison. Next is absorption costing. This is a method of full costing. In this, all costs are charged to the product, process, or project. Now, we are going to understand methods of costing. Here are some of the methods of costing. First is job costing. The cost incurred for a particular job can be easily identified. That is job costing. In advertising business, this method of costing is applied. Next is contract costing. Similar to job costing, but the duration of assignment is longer, like building or construction of a building. So in such business, contract costing method is applied and used for cost accounting. The next one is unit costing. The costs are incurred for a fixed quantity. That is, in mining industry it is used. Batch costing. The cost incurred for a fixed number of units forming a batch. That is batch costing. In manufacturing of spare parts, such type of business, batch costing is preferably used. Process costing. The processes are involved are easily distinguished and costing can be determined at each process or step. In textile units or sugar making or chemical industry, process costing can be used. The last one is operating costing. The costs are incurred for services rendered, like in service industries or in hospitals. Operating costing is useful and used. Now, let us know about cost accounting standards. The Institute of Cost Accountants has constituted Cost Accounting Standards Board, that is CASB, to provide guidance and uniformity in costing. The board has issued 24 standards to bring about better understanding of various elements of cost and best practices to be used. Now, this is about summary of today's lecture. In today's session, we have covered the concept and meaning of cost, costing, cost elements, cost accounting, techniques of cost accounting, methods of cost accounting, and brief note about costing standards. So, stay continued for next lectures. If you have any queries or doubts, you can put those queries in our WhatsApp group, or if there is any feedback, you can also give it on our WhatsApp group. Thank you.